Got divorced in my late 20s at this point, and honestly, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Now, I'm one of the lucky ones. I didn't have a shitty relationship. It didn't end badly. Honestly, we just kind of grew apart. Realized at that point in my life that I don't think this is what I really wanted. The reason it's one of the best things that ever happened to me is because it was the catalyst for my growth. So much growth. Like, I know myself better now than I ever have in my life.
10 years later.
So this is Gabe. He is one of my adoptee cats. My first cat, it was right after my divorce. At 47 years old, after 25 years married, I found myself divorced. You guys, I thought it was over. I sat there for 6 years focusing on getting my kid into high school and never dated. I remember sitting on my floor just crying, saying, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm too old to do this again. I'm too old now to fall in love and find the love of my life, because how much time are we going to have left?
Gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Dating After Divorce, in which we'll discuss, gentlemen, why divorcing is the best thing that can happen to a woman's life, why breaking a man's life and, taking all his possessions is a good thing that brings a lot of joy into your life. Or, well, at least that's what these women are trying to sell. So let's watch, gentlemen, and let's comment together.
Of ladies are getting divorced before they turn 30.
She could not be more correct. I got divorced in my late 20s at this point, and honestly, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Now, I'm one of the lucky ones. I didn't have a shitty relationship. It didn't end badly. Honestly,
Yeah, so why did you break off the relationship? If it was good, if it didn't, nothing bad with it? Because we kinda grew apart, sort of, like a little bit, maybe. I don't know. This is the thing, guys, with marriage nowadays. No fault divorce means that you can basically divorce another person for no reason at all. No cheating, no trauma, no beating, nothing. No problems. You can just divorce him. Why? Because we kinda maybe sort of grew apart a little sometimes. This just begs the question for men. Are you willing to risk all your possessions, potential kids you may have with this other harpy, your reputation, your nerves, your mental stability, your life, your years, your time, your finances, for a woman like this? Now, not all women are like this, fair enough, but all women can be like this, and the government is absolutely cool with it. There are no rules protecting you from this happening to you, from a woman leading you on, manipulating you, and ending up using you and taking you for all your crap.
we just kind of grew apart, and I realized at that point in my life that I don't think this is what I really wanted. The reason it's one of the best things that ever happened to me is because it was the catalyst for my growth. So much growth. Like, I know myself better now than I ever have in my life.
Why do I doubt that? Why do I doubt that, coming from a woman who needed 25 to 30 years to figure out that the current relationship she's in is not what she wants? It just, why can't I believe a woman that probably still doesn't know what she wants? This is a reoccurring thing that we see on this channel. Women getting to 30, 40, and 50 and not knowing what kind of men they want, what relationship they want to be part of, and who pays the price for that? Men.
Having to go back out into the dating world, as terrifying as it was, because in my mind at the time I was like, oh my god, this is like such a terrible stigma. Nobody's gonna want to date me because I'm divorced. So true. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody. Literally, I haven't dated one person who gave a shit. Because I was pushed to go back out into the dating world, oh my god, did that bring all my shit to the surface? Did that bring my shadows to the light, to be looked at, to be healed, to be reconciled? I know, like, who the hell wants to do that? Nobody. But I'm telling you, I have such a good relationship.
Guys, let's play a game. You have to take a shot every time she says I, me, or myself. right? And try not to pass away until the end of this TikTok.
Relationship with myself now. It's not always perfect. I don't think anybody's is ever perfect, but I know myself so well. I know what I need. I know what I deserve. My self-worth is so high now. It never was before. I have really good boundaries. I know healthy communication. I've worked through my attachment shit, all of the stuff that I was able to see through dating other people. Honestly, I guess because I've experienced what I don't want in a marriage, now I really understand what I do want. Now, of course, if I could go back and choose whether to go through this again or not, like, I don't know, probably not. Like, it wasn't fun at the time. It was horrible. I felt so much shame and embarrassment and all the feelings that come with a relationship ending, especially a divorce. But at the same time, it's like, I just don't think that I would be where I am today had I not gone through that. I think it's so important for all of us to remember that our struggles can also be our biggest opportunities for growth. And I used to think it was like the end, and it really wasn't. It was just the beginning. And you may not feel that if you're going through it right now, and that's normal, but eventually you will. You will get to a place where you will see everything in hindsight and see how it worked out for you.
So this woman, guys, has the I syndrome, you know, she just spends the whole video, I, and me and myself, and this is what matters to me, and I deserve, and yada yada, all that bullcrap. You know, and when you look at this woman in perspective, you can absolutely see who is at fault for the divorce, right? You can see who was the clear narcissist. You can see who was the moron who was 25-year-olds and didn't know what she wanted in a relationship. You can see who is at fault, who was the gaslighter, who was the manipulator, right? You can see all of that from a 2-minute TikTok, right? You don't need to be a professor. You can see who's to blame. Yet, she is the winner in all of these, guys. She is the one who takes probably the kids if there are any. She is the one who takes the money and the resources. She is the one who gets to have a lot of options after divorce. Well, funny enough, I don't see any men around, right? After all these, you know, self-growth and learning and all that, I don't see you being with a man. It seems like, you know, all these positives haven't made you secure a man. But well, nothing new under the sun, right? You're probably gonna pass away alone. If you have to be honest, guys, these women, they never learn, right? We hear so much about self-growth, but with all the self-growth, they are not able to still pick a good man or make him stay. Probably because any man who respects himself will not look at this TikTok or get to know this woman and think, what a good option, you know? I can't wait to invest all of my possessions only to hear that the glitter wore off, or one of these bullcrap arguments that we hear when women don't know why exactly they're divorcing. You know, the glitter wore off, the spark was gone, it's not the same as before. Really convenient, gentlemen, really convenient, you know? But this is the situation that we are in today, guys, and you know, this is my opinion. Leave me yours down in the comments. I wouldn't you know, walk away from marriage just because, you know, if you were an optimist, you look at it from the bright side, given that there are so many trash women out there, you know, it's on us, on the few remaining men with self-worth in this endless sea of simps and toxic women, to, you know, restore balance, to create families who raise children who are strong individuals and who can put a break on all of this, instead of all the kids that are growing in, you know, households without a parent, that are becoming, you know, that follow this lifestyle that their single mothers lead. You know, we are the remaining few who can maybe at a societal level make a difference. But, you know, I absolutely understand guys who are throwing in the towel and who just don't want to risk it, you know, because in the end, it's your life. And if you don't want to be a savior, if you don't want to be a person who starts a revolution to keep the traditional values, to try to make a change for the good, you know, hey, what can I say? But leave me your thoughts down in the comments, guys. And now let's continue with the other divorced woman who, after divorced, found heaven on earth.
For you.
At 47 years old, after 25 years married, I found myself divorced. You guys, I thought it was over. I sat there for 6 years focusing on getting...
Wait, I seem to miss the point. How did she get divorced? Ah, she found herself divorced. Oh, all right then. You know, it just happens like that. You go to bed married and you woke up divorced. All right. I guess it happens. I know, not married myself, but I guess that's a risk you take. You know, when you get married, the priest tells you, hey, just know that there is like a 5% likelihood that someday, randomly, out of the blue, you're just gonna wake up divorced. Interesting. I think that maybe there are some genuine reasons as to why she's divorced. Maybe because her standards are too high, or one of the usual bullcrap of the glitter wore off. Yeah, tell me, woman, did the glitter wore off? Or what happened? But no, guys, apparently it just happened. All right.
My kid into high school and never dated. I remember sitting on my floor just crying, saying, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm too old to do this again. I'm too old now to fall in love and find the love of my life, because how much time are we going to have left, right? Now, some of you are going to say 47 is so young, but to me,
literally nobody thought of that. But anyways, guys, it just strikes me how narcissistic these women are when speaking about divorce. It seems like they always think about me. Now I'm gonna have it harder. Now maybe someone won't provide for me. Dear, you know, poor me. I don't care for the man whose life I've ruined, who is the clear loser in all of this. I'm not even gonna mention the child who, you know, lost his father figure, or, you know, maybe this traumatic experience of going through, you know, his parents' divorce will mean something bad for him in the long run. No. Let's think and talk and make TikToks about ourselves. How are we going to date? Who is going to provide for me? Dear Lord, you know, what a hard situation. I have no one to provide for me. This is all we can see on these TikToks. Notice the first woman as well, guys, the ice syndrome. Just they don't speak about anything else, man, and I find it honestly disgusting.
Me, it felt like life was over. And to be honest with you, even into my 50s, I bought my own house. My kids went off to college when I was 50, and I was sitting here still not dating. Out, all kinds of guys, offers, not interested. Absolutely not interested. I didn't want anything to do with anybody. And then one day I happened to be looking across the bar and saw a guy, and I asked my friends, who is that? And they said, we don't know, but we'll find out. Little did I know they were actually approaching him. I didn't realize that was happening until it was already happening. Right now, I can tell you that for the first time in my life, since my divorce, I feel alive again. And it has really made me realize that I'm 52 now, and I feel great. I'm out having fun. I'm dancing, I'm dating, I'm singing, I'm playing, I'm traveling. I'm doing all those things, and I have freedom to do it. So if you think your life is over at 50, take it from me. It's not.
Yeah, what a hedonistic approach, guys. You know, one of the things I really hate is hedonism, which is essentially thinking about your own behind all the time, thinking about fun and dating and games and all these, you know, what can I say, materialistic pleasures. Life is not all about that. You can do that if you want. You can ruin your life in all the ways you find possible. But the key to life, you know, something that's been known for so many years now, is that happiness not rest upon having fun all the time. Happiness does not rest about thinking inwards but outwards, thinking about others, you know, taking care of your children, or of, you know, helping friends, helping your family. That's what happiness is about. I don't think I need to say it. I think we all know it at this point. All this approach of thinking only about yourself and thinking about, you know, how can you be better off in life. When you think in that way, let me tell you, you're never going to be satisfied. You're never going to find that happiness. You will always find yourself looking for more, and you'll never be satisfied. Right? So something I notice just as a pattern, usually guys, when they walk, you know, after a divorce, they walk out of it, they think in long term, in like, damn, is my son going to be okay? Will I be able to see him? You know, what will happen? I'm so sad that this family broke apart. Meanwhile, what I see with modern women, with most of them anyway, is they think about, well, who's going to provide for me now? You know, am I going to be able to find something better? Because truth is, guys, most of these women divorce because they want to find someone better. That's it. Don't think about it. That's like 80% of the cases. They just want to find something better. They think like they've aimed too low with their previous husbands, you know, and they want to find that next greener patch of grass. And when they get divorced and suddenly, you know, men stop providing for them, they get worried like, oh, did I make a mistake? You know, did I lose my, you know, what I had in order to get something better? That's what they think. You know, notice how we don't hear, crap, man, I got divorced. You know, I swore in front of everyone that I'm going to be there through thick and thin, you know, and I disobeyed my oaths. I broke them. You know, this family is broken. My son or daughter is going to have a hard time. No, guys, it's all about, you know, I used to think that it was hard, but now I got me a provider, and guys, it's the best thing that has ever happened to me. It's honestly disgusting. But gentlemen, I'll close the video with some thoughts. Now, this is why I think, this is one of the many reasons why I think that men have to be the leaders in the relationship. Men have to be the decisive ones that have more control, at the same time more responsibilities, you know, because with more power come more responsibilities, and men are the ones who have to have the last word. Not in all cases, but in, let's say, a large part of them. They have to be the leader. Why? Because women, honestly, guys, they're just not good at it. They don't know what they want. Even if they do, that will be in a lesser way than men knowing what they want, you know. They're confused, they're unstable, they're emotional, sometimes too much, right? Now, all of these things are virtues, but, you know, something that Taylor really likes, one of his favorite phrases is, virtues taken too far become vices. It's good if a person, and this is a woman's trait, you know, they always want to keep improving things. That is good in healthy doses, right? I mean, you wanting to have a better marriage, women are often the ones who kind of, you know, keep the spark going on the marriage. They are the one, you know, men oftentimes, because they have less expectations, they are okay in a relationship that's more stale, let's say. But women, you know, they want to improve things, or they want to keep it going, you know, keep the ball rolling. So that's good. Hey, you know, you keep things moving. Women are often the ones who say, let's go on vacations more often than men do. All this crap, you know, guys. That's good. You know, it becomes a problem when the woman is the one who takes the last word on the issue of, let's divorce because I feel that way. This is what happens when women are left with too much freedom to decide. And you know what they do with that decision? They make a crap decision, right? Now, I'm not saying they should have no freedom at all, and that they can't, you know, speak out their mind. But I think that in a healthy relationship, a man should, you know, make it so that the woman doesn't come to this point where she makes those terrible decisions. Because let me tell you what will happen, guys. This one right here that is currently seeing someone, he won't commit. He doesn't respect her, and he'll just use her for fun. The first woman that spoke about all the self-growth and all the healing and all the good things, notice how she's still single, right? Notice how she didn't mention about any man that is in her life currently, and she'll stay single like that. These women are breaking their families, and they're breaking their own lives, and they're breaking the guys' lives and their kids' lives, right? They're making an absolute mess because they are 30 and they don't know what they want. They don't know why they were in a marriage. They don't know why they left it. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know nothing, guys. So this is why I think that men honestly have to lead in a relationship. They have to control the relationship and the flow of the relationship. Not controlling everything, you know, where the woman doesn't have a word in anything, but controlling enough to not allow the woman to, you know, drift off into insanity. And here's the thing, guys. The way you do that is, first off, by getting with a good woman, right? If you get with these women, it's over. I don't think that these women broke off their marriages because it was the guy's fault, because he didn't control the situation enough. Absolutely no, gentlemen. These guys that were married with them, they probably didn't know what they're getting into when they get married. They probably didn't know what kind of harpies and, you know, life-sucking vampires these women are, right? So the way you do that is by picking a woman that is, you know, that falls into her femininity, that wants to be led, that wants you to be masculine and her to be feminine. A woman that respects you and respects your word and respects your actions and believes you and trusts you, you know. But these modern independent boss babes, guys, they don't want to be, you know, they don't want you to be masculine only when it suits them, and then they make these stupid decisions and they tear everything apart. But guys, we'll close the video right here. Tell me, what are your thoughts about this whole video, and especially about the last part, gentlemen? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? And what is your opinion? Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.